So, if you, like me, have been eagerly waiting for the next drop of Babylon 5 news, it looks like the Hollywood Reporter has the exclusive unveiling of the voice cast who are going to be participating in the animated film called Babylon 5 The Road Home. Now, as you know, J. Michael Straczynski has been teasing this project for a while. The official announcement finally came a few days ago where he said, "Hey, Warner Brothers is doing it. It's actually got a release." Is finalized, everything's ready to go. We can finally start talking about it because it's actually out there. Some people have asked, well, why is it that you kept this under wraps for so long when you've been out there talking about the reboot for so long and yet nothing has happened with the reboot? And his reply to that was, well, the reboot was announced by other parties. It was announced by the press. And so all I've done is just talk about what the press has already mentioned and sort of given people some insight into that project. I didn't want to talk about this project, he said, until it was absolutely sure that it was coming out and good to go, and then talk about it. And that's the case. So that's what this is all about. We're getting an actual unveiling of the voice cast. Now we've got pretty much, I would say, the bulk of the remaining living cast members from Babylon 5 are making a return. Not everybody's back, but pretty much most people are, of the people who were major characters here. It says here, Babylon 5, The Road Home will continue the story that Straczynski started in the 90s with the logline stating, travel across the galaxy with John Sheridan as he unexpectedly finds himself transported through multiple timelines and alternate realities in a quest to find his way back home. Along the way, he reunites with some familiar faces while discovering cosmic new revelations about the history, purpose, and meaning of the universe. Now, I'm always trepidatious anytime there's time travel involved because I've seen Star Trek mess with time travel way too often, and I think it's an overused trope. But I also trust Straczynski. I've seen a lot of his stuff over the years, and he's managed to make it all work. And he's a very entertaining storyteller. So I am going into this with, I'm expecting to be entertained. That's really all anyone can ask for from any media property that you choose to participate in. If you're entertained, it's a good thing. Returning Bab 5 cast members include Bruce Boxleitner as John Sheridan, Claudia Christian as Susan Ivanova, Peter Jurasik as Londo Mollari, Bill Mumy as Lennier, Tracy Scoggins as Elizabeth Lochley, and Patricia Tallman as Lyta Alexander. So those are the cast members who were playing major roles in the show and have made their return. I know some people were asking about. I'm forgetting his name now. The ranger who's Susan's Ivanova's character had a relationship with. He mentioned on his Facebook page that he hadn't been invited to participate in this project, so his character does not appear to be making an entry. But most of the surviving cast members are here. It says here, Straczynski wrote the film and executive produced. Matt Peters, known for Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons Direct, with Mark Morales serving as supervising producer. Sam Register is the executive producer on the project. Voice cast also includes Paul Guguet as Zathras and Jeffrey Sinclair, which I find kind of interesting because the cast photo that I released the other day showed Zathras filling all of the cast members and production members and everything else. If you haven't seen that, it's quite amusing. I believe it was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Patricia Tallman who shared that on her Facebook page, and I actually pulled it from her Facebook page. I think that's where I got it. But it literally has like all the cast, crew, production. It's all filled by Zathras. That was fun. Anyway, Apollo is doing those characters. Anthony Hansen is playing Michael Garibaldi. Mara Junot as reporter and computer voice. Phil Lamar as Dr. Stephen Franklin. Peter Michael as David Sheridan, Andrew Morgado as Jakar, and Rebecca Righty as Delenn. So, it's going to be a challenge for some people to accept other actors filling beloved roles, like Jakar and Dr. Franklin and Delenn, and Michael Garibaldi, because those actors have all passed on. But I would like to think that we can all give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to pull this off and breathe life into these characters that we grew up with and loved over the years, and pay homage to that and honor their performances and their memories. I really hope no one comes into this with, jaded malarkey weighing things down and chips on their shoulder. How, well, it's just not going to be as good as the original because the original members aren't here. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, yeah. Get out of here. Like this is something to be celebrated. So hopefully you can get behind it and celebrate these people, and hopefully they bring life to these characters in a great way. Hey everyone, Renfail here with the commercial part of the video where I say, hey, if you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And thanks to all of our supporters are here on YouTube and over on Patreon, our highest members, our guild champions, Crazy's Relative, Remy D here on YouTube. And don't forget, if you want to support, it's really easy. You can do the memberships below, the Adventurers Guild, 3 different tiers. There's also the super thanks on any uploaded video or YouTube short that you find. There's also, of course, the super chats and stickers that you could do on any live stream or premiere, and the Patreon page if you want to dive into the fantasy world that I have with my brother and my wife, which is a tabletop game, a point-and-click adventure game, and a fantasy book series. All are great ways to keep this channel going and me going full-time. Thanks again for those of you who support. Let's get back to the video that you're watching now. For those of you who know the season, we already know this, but the article says Bab 5 began life as a film that aired on TV in 1983, and the ratings were strong enough that Warner ordered a series that ran 5 seasons and 110 episodes. Straczynski has continued expanding the story of Babylon 5 over the years, including some TV films, comics, and novels, and the spin-off series Crusade, which unfortunately did not get near enough airtime in my mind. I thought it was a great show. It was unfortunate they got it canceled, but it is what it is. Warner Brothers Animation and Warner Brothers Discovery Home Entertainment are plotting a summer release for the new animated feature, so we still don't have an actual release date for it, but it is coming down the pipeline. Straczynski has plugged the new film with words such as raucous, heartfelt, and nonstop, and called it a love letter to the fans. So there it is. We've got the official announcement of the voice cast for this, and we got a title called The Road Home, which we didn't have before. And I'm assuming they're going to be, if they're talking about a summer release, we're already in May, so I would assume this is going to be coming in the pipeline in June or July, if I had to guess. So hopefully we'll get an announcement about the launch date soon, because I, for one, am waiting with bated breath. I love all things Babylon 5. I have not, it's been, wow, I'm trying to think when the last time was that I did a rewatch. I've watched it through all the way through twice. The first time was years and years and years ago. Not when it was on the air. I actually watched it after the fact, right around 2004, maybe 2005. And then I came back and watched it again. God, I want to say like maybe 2000. Oh, wow, 12, 13. It's been 10 years. It's probably been a decade since I have watched Babylon 5 all the way through. So I don't have time to watch it all the way through before the animated film comes out. But man, it's an emotional ride. I cried both times at the end. It's just, and now I have a feeling if I were to go back and rewatch it now, I would have even more tears because the last time I rewatched it, I think only a couple of the cast members had passed. The actor who played Jakar and the actor who had played the Dr. Franklin had passed. But I think everybody else was still alive at that point. And since then, we've lost several other additional cast members along the way, just for health and age and everything else. Very sad, very unfortunate, but um, it's a great show. If you've never watched Babylon 5, I would highly recommend. I mean, I'm assuming the people watching this have all seen it. That's why you're watching this video. But if you haven't, you totally should. I mean, yeah, the graphics, the VFX in the earlier episodes aren't that great, but they do get better as time goes along. But it's the storytelling that made this show so amazing. The characters and the arcs and everything else. And it was just something so real and grounded compared to, like, say, Deep Space Nine, which was far more sort of utopian Star Trek. There was some fun stuff that happened in Deep Space Nine with the Cardassian and Dominion War, but there was way more going on here with the political relationships of everybody on the space station and the great evil coming back and everything else, and the Psy Wars and the Crusaders, the Rangers. Great stuff. Anyway, everybody, that's the news on Babylon 5, the upcoming animated film. Hopefully you enjoy. Let me know your comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. See you in the next episode. Cheers!